The story begins with an old man sitting near the edge of the cliff who is somewhat lost in thought. That guy, what was his name again? The old man asked himself, wondering about his long-forgotten name. It really sucks being old. While the old man was lost in thought, a sudden glint of shooting star caught his attention. The story then transitioned to a food storage room where a rustling sound could be heard. The sound of someone calling grows louder, startling the owner of the name Trudia, a young girl who is caught in 4K holding a half-eaten bread with breadcrumbs all over her mouth. "The captain is looking for you," said the old man with a look of disappointment. Trudia, who can be seen munching a bread, wonders why the man is not shouting at him. From what she just said, it looked like this isn't her first time getting caught. Trudia took a glance at the box filled with bread, and immediately grabbing all the contents of the box and dashing away past the man wearing an apron. The man let the incident pass because in his mind, it is Trudia's last day at work. Trudia walked the road lost in thought while munching at her white and fluffy bread. While Trudia is amazed by the taste of her bread, he accidentally bumped into a person, causing the loss of her precious bread. "There you are." The man with red hair spoke, startling Trudia. The red man asked Trudia the color of her sword while stepping on her bread. "Blue, sir," Trudia answered. The red guy elaborated that the blue sword style does not incorporate dodging an attack, advising Trudia to learn a new style that includes dodging. Trudia, who can be seen wiping his bread, anxiously asks why the red guy is saying those words all of a sudden. "It's my last word of advice," said the red guy. Trudia, who is somewhat confused, only managed to utter a single "eh?" "You've been expelled," said the red guy. Trudia was so shocked that she dropped her bread. The red guy stated that they can't handle someone who eat as much food as others and break one weapon a week. Trudia screams in frustration and complains she shouldn't be blamed because it's the red guy's fault for getting those cheap and flimsy weapons. She bent her anger on her sword, complaining who the hell even count how much someone eat. Trudia, in frustration, throw her precious bread, but immediately move at such intense speed to grab the bread in midair and decided to hold on to it. "Food is precious, my dear friend." Trudia hypothesized that the reason her captain kicked her out is probably because she saw the captain removing his wig. It turns out that the captain is bald, probably because of the stress that Trudia causes. Trudia shouted in frustration that if she knows this would happen, she would have told everyone that the captain have a shiny bald head that perfectly reflects the sunlight. He shouted baldy but suddenly stopped because he spotted two baldy who was trying to attack an old man. "Bandits," Trudia said to herself while grabbing her broken sword. "The grandpa is in danger," she thought while munching on her bread. Trudia realized that her sword is broken. She doesn't have a choice but to use his fist and leg. Trudia leaped several meters in front of the bandits, immediately kicking the bandit with the red bangs, sending the bandit flying. Grandpa looked at her intently and with a somewhat surprised appearance, suddenly muttered a word. "Stella." Trudia contemplated whether to draw her sword or not, but decided to not draw it. And here we go, folks. The Orange Bangs bandit comes charging in, axe in hand, ready for a showdown. But wait, Trudia ain't backing down. She clenches her fist, gearing up for the fight. Pow-pow! Look at that. Two swift left-hand strikes connecting right on the bandit's face. Trudia's packing a punch, and this match is heating up. That's one down, and the other bandit is still regaining composure. Hold on, Trudia's not out of the woods yet. Grandpa steps up, blocking her field of vision. Trudia urges him to move, but Grandpa is lost in thought. It looks like Trudia rekindles a long-lost memory in him. Suddenly, the orange hair bandit slashes off Grandpa's head, blood splattering everywhere. Trudia, fueled by rage, draws her broken sword. The bandit closes in, and Trudia's in a serious condition. Misjudging the distance due to blood in her eyes, the blade approaches. Splash. Is this the end for Trudia? No, not quite. Much older than he looks, the old man uses his palm to block the strike. Smoke rises from his head, miraculously regenerating his head, and Grandpa politely asks for his beheader.